Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Well, today is Sunday for me and it's fried chicken day. That's right. Everybody wants fried chicken. We have friends over to the house today visiting, and so in the background you might hear kids playing, you might hear dogs barking. Who knows what you're going to hear? It's a busy day today, but today is fried chicken day. And it's extra crunchy southern fried chicken day to be exact. So in this recipe, it's going to be a little bit different because you're going to fry the chicken and then you're also going to bake the chicken. So if you want that extra crunchy chicken, this is how you're going to do it. Now I'm going to give you the ingredients, so listen real close. All right, so we're going to be using 2 cups of buttermilk, 2 large eggs, about 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, and this is all going to be for about 11 pieces of chicken. Now I'm cooking all chicken thighs, so you'll be able to get an idea of how much chicken you're going to cook with this batter. All right, so you're also going to be using 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and about 4 cups of vegetable shortening, but maybe more. It just depends on how you like to fry it. I like to deep fry mine. In other words, I like all of my chicken to be completely in the grease while it's cooking instead of having to flip it so much, to get those equal crispy sides. But so you get to gauge yourself on how much cooking oil you want to use. All right, so I'm so excited about this. Now for the seasonings, I'm using my own seasoning. You can add whatever seasoning you want. You can use salt and pepper. You can use your own spices that you like. But this is basically about getting that extra crispy skin on your chicken. This is delicious, and I guarantee you, if you follow the video real good, then you're going to get the best chicken you've ever made with the crispy, crispy skin. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so we have the ingredients right here, and the first thing we're going to do is crack these 2 large eggs open, and we're going to make sure that we do not have any shells in there because for some reason I suck at cracking eggs, and somehow a little shell ends up in there. All right, and now we're going to add the 2 cups of buttermilk, this nice thick milk. When I was making this, my daughter says, "Is that milk spoiled? It looks kind of thick." And I had to explain to her, no, it's buttermilk. All right, so then we're going to add a tablespoon, actually 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. And then this is my seasoning that I am using, and this stuff is really good. It's called Mr. Sasquatch Barbecue Mother Plucker Poultry Rub, and it's by Spiceology. Look at all the seasoning that's in there. And the ingredients that come with this is sugar, salt, spices, garlic, lemon peel, onion, hickory smoke flavor, and natural smoke flavor. This is some great stuff. All right, so we're going to add this to the mixture. We're going to mix it up really, really good. And I won't bore you with showing you how long it takes for me to mix this. And then after that, we're going to take these chicken thighs and dip them in the buttermilk, and we're going to sit them in a basket, or actually we're going to sit them in a bowl, not a basket. And then after that, we're going to get these babies in the refrigerator and let them sit overnight. Now you can let them sit for as long as you want, but for me, I chose the 24 hours. So that way all that buttermilk and seasoning can get up in there really, really good. All right, so in the refrigerator it goes, and now it's time to mix in the batter. That's right, the flour. All right, so we're going to add the flour to a big container or a bowl, however you decide to do it. And then we're going to add the cornstarch. Now, I know you might be thinking this is a lot of cornstarch, but I'm making quite a bit of batter, and that cornstarch plays an essential role in getting that skin nice and crispy on the chicken. All right, so now we add the baking powder. I used to always get baking powder mixed up with baking soda for some reason. I can't tell you how many times I brought home baking soda when it should have been baking powder. Yeah, just one of those things, Eventually, I figured it all out. Read what the label says. All right, so now after that, we're going to add a little bit of salt to it. Not a lot, probably about a tablespoon to the flour, and then this good old spice. That's right. Now, this seasoning that I'm using, you can get it online at Spiceology.com. It's a company out of Spokane, Washington, or you can go to Amazon. It's going to cost you a little bit more if you get it through Amazon. All right, so now we mix this all up together so that way all the seasonings get in there. And we're going to set it to the side and let it sit overnight as well. So all that seasoning can give that flour some extra flavor. Now we move on to the real deal. All right, the chicken. It's been 24 hours and it's time to take a look at this. Now also remember, throughout the night, if you remember, flip that chicken around in the batter, okay? So that way everything gets nice and coated. All right, so now it is time to get your grease nice and hot. I am going to have the grease get up to 425 degrees. Once you put the chicken in, it is going to drop in temperature. All right, now you're going to add a little bit of that buttermilk to the flour so that way you can moisten it up some. And you're also going to have a pan ready to put the battered chicken on. All right, so now we're going to start dipping the chicken in the batter. Now, I'm not going to bore you by having you watch me dip a whole bunch of chicken in the batter, but just make sure you coat all of the chicken. All right, now the chicken is battered up. Now it's time to start frying the chicken up. That's right. So before you fry the chicken, though, make sure you set your oven at 350 degrees because you will be baking the chicken for a few minutes after you fry it. All right, so the grease is ready. The chicken is ready. Now it's time for us to get this chicken nicely fried up. I'm so excited about that. And make sure you have a pan set aside. That way you can sit the chicken on it. And if you have a sheet like this, then use that so that way all the grease can drop down and you don't have greasy chicken. All right, so the way that I fry the chicken, you're going to fry the chicken skin down at first, and you're going to let it fry for 5 minutes. Do not touch the chicken at least for 3 minutes while it's frying, because you don't want to interrupt the chicken frying process. So let it bake, or I'm sorry, let it fry for 5 minutes, skin down, and then after that, you're going to be flipping the chicken over, and you're going to let it fry for another 4 minutes. All right, so it's been 5 minutes frying, skin down, and we're flipping it over, and we're going to let it fry for 4 minutes on that side. Look at that chicken. It is already nice and crispy. I cannot wait to have some of this, and neither can the kids and everybody else. This is some good chicken. I'm telling you, you can't lose. All right, now don't forget to set the timer when you're letting it cook on the other side. All right, so the chicken is fried. It's time to pull it out. Look at that. Nice and crispy. KFC and Popeyes, you don't have nothing on this crispy chicken. I'm telling you, this is way better than any of those places that sell that crispy chicken. This is way better. Look at that. Now, I'm not going to show you me frying up all the chicken, but you get the idea. And this is how it all came out. Beautiful, crispy, fried chicken. There's another step though. We got to put this chicken in the oven. So we're going to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes with the oven at 350 degrees. You're going to check the chicken after that 10 minutes and make sure that the temperature is cooked up really good to 165 degrees. And then your chicken will be done. It will be hot. It will be crispy. This is a winner, winner. As they say, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's right. And everybody's going to love it. Now, the baking part of it does make a difference. I don't know if you've ever done it before, if you've ever fried it and then baked it, but I'm telling you, this makes a huge difference on how crispy your chicken come out. All right, that's it. It's your turn. Go cook some.